Yes, let's discuss on the neural network concepts today. Yes? Yes, next slide. So before learning about the neural networks, yes, let's recollect what is machine learning. What is machine learning? Machine learning is a type of AI, artificial intelligence, that provides computers with the ability to classify the data sets. So if we have labeled or unlabeled data sets, that we will give to the machine learning algorithms and we will classify the data sets. Next slide. Here we have three categories: supervised learning, unsupervised learning and reinforcement learning. In supervised learning, we give labeled data sets. In unsupervised learning, unlabeled data sets are given as input and we will take the output, the classified data set. In reinforcement learning, it will process based on the feedback system. Yes, based on the reward, it will perform actions. Yes, it will explore the environment and it will act accordingly. So this is how the problems will be there. Classification, clustering, regression and anomaly detection. These are some of the problems that we will carry out in the machine learning algorithms. So what is deep learning? What's the difference between ML and deep learning? So in deep learning is one of the things that comes under learning, that comes under the neural networks. Yes? Where there are many intermediate layers in the network of a neural network model that is termed as deep learning. So what is deep learning? So here this particular thing will be used for many applications like image classification, image processing. Understand, dear students, when we, with the help of our brain, we can able to recognize persons, letters, numbers, and we can able to recollect many things. How it is possible is because of the neurons present inside the cell, yes, the brain. So that particular concept was inspired by the scientists and they modeled a particular learning that is called neural network, and under that we have deep learning. So it utilizes learning algorithms that derive meaning out of data of multiple layers. Yes, here the model will be, we will give the input to the model and that model will process the data and the output will be, we will be getting the output. So if you provide the system tons of information, it begins to understand it and respond in a useful manner. So this is how our brain will be functioning. You see, our brain has lots of neurons. Yes, there are many connections between one neuron cell and another neuron cell. The strength of the connection decides you the memory for the long term. So next, so this, why couldn't this be a model, and out of that model, why couldn't we classify the data sets? This was a concept. This was the empathy part here. So this, the application of deep learning is speech recognition, computer vision, natural language processing. Like we have Twitter analysis, sentimental analysis, and social media, yes, etc. Next slide. So this is the brief of history. Initially, in 1950s, the neural network came into existence, but due to some difficulty in computations, at the initial stage we cannot compute everything. Yes, it has complexity in computing complex operations, so it was dropped out, and then came the perceptron concept. The perceptron concept also was not, at that time was not liked by the people, and the scientists, they dropped out. And then come the back relation, and then AI entered. AI entered means that was the period where the AI was the recession period. Why? Because of the computational cost. The AI, for doing the operations using AI algorithms, it needs more computational cost. Yes, comparatively to other systems. So people prefer only for the cost-effective mechanisms at that time. So they are not using AI systems for classifying data sets those time. So that was a recession for the artificial intelligence. But now we have AI boomed out. In the technology, we have AI technologies opening opportunities for many jobs, and we are learning for getting jobs as well. And now many big companies, yes, they are using deep learning and they are making wonders, and they are making the task completed out of it. Here you see, this is the change over time. Yes, first we had data, and then due to the technology, the data has been accumulated in large amounts. That's then the term called big data. With the big data, only if it is processed, it gives useful information. So that particular data has to be computed. Initially, there was no machine learning or artificial systems to compute over the data. So the scientists developed algorithms to work upon the data sets, and we had the algorithms also defined, yes, to process over the data sets. Yes, next slide. So these are the companies using now today. They are using for their company profit and then for their company purpose. Like the Amazon company, they are using machine learning algorithms for finding out their customers' preferences. Yes. Not only that, whenever there is a company, they want to know the customer's purchasing capacity and then the profit, how it would be after 2 years, how the purchasing effect of a particular model will be there, purchasing character of the customers, everything they will find out. Yes, these things are performed by these big companies, NVIDIA, IBM, Google, Yahoo, Facebook, etc. Yes. So these are the startup companies which are using the machine learning algorithm and the deep learning algorithms for their own purposes. Yes, next slide. So let's discuss some basics on the deep learning, how it is actually functioning. Yes, yes. So in deep learning, we will have initially the input data. So now you have to understand the deep learning concept. Yes, initially we will be having the input data. That data, so here they have given the traditional method. So initially what we were doing, initially we will be having data set. Yes, we will be analyzing over that using formula, using function, etc. But now we have deep learning algorithms which will act upon those data, and it will give you the required output. Yes, next. So this is how the deep learning model will be. Here you see there are many perceptrons in each layers which will act on the data to identify the pattern. Yes, to identify any of the things that we want to find out in that particular data set. Here you see there are several layers. When there are several layers, yes, that is what is called deep learning. Here, if we take a book and learn it twice and keep it, that's different. But learning it for 30 times and taking useful information out of it, that is different. So deep learning has several layers. That's the difference between a network neural network and a deep learning model. In a neural network, there will be not that much inner layers, hidden layers. But in deep learning, you will be having several layers which will act on the data to identify the required output. Here we have a number of layers. Next slide. So when we give the input image, yes, please, like this. Here you see, when we give the input image, this layers will act on that image. In each layer, it will do some task, yes, and finally, it will detect the faces. Yes, in previous slide. In previous slide, we gave a picture of a cat, and this model network identifying everything, like same as like of our brain. Yes, it output the screen as cat. Yes, because it is identifying each and everything. It is noting the eyes, the pinna, and everything. So initially, we need to train these algorithms with the training data set. Yes, that is important. Next. So this is how the model of deep learning network will be. So this is the input layer. Here we will give the input data set, and then the hidden layers act on the data, and then the output. Yes, next slide. The model of a deep learning network was discussed in the previous slide. So any learning will be having the model, right? So that is the model. It is similar to our brain. Yes? So this is the neuron cell. Listen, the neuron cell has a nucleus and an axon, the elongated one, and then axon terminals. Yes? So this is the thing which is actually inspired to model the deep learning network. So here, each and everything that we are could able to recollect, the memory thing is there now with nerve cell, that is neuron. The same wise we have the function. Yes, the function that will deal with the data. Yes, that will compute the data and the required output will be taken out. Yes, next slide. So for each deep learning model, we will be having the mathematical function to compute the data. Here we are having RELU, which is rectifier linear unit. What does that mean is, we want the data set, the data will be in the linear form. We want that linear data to become a non-linear form. Only then it will be easy for the classifying the data. Yes? So, deep learning network, when we use this function and we process, it is easy for the classification of data. Yes, next slide. So, this is the training process. We have a sample, and then that sample will be forwarded to the network for prediction, and then we back propagate the errors if any errors are there, and then we update the connection files, and then we get the output. Next slide. So this is a gradient descent. The gradient descent is used to calculate the output error, and it is used to adjust the weights. So whenever there is a process, like we want to classify the data, immediately the result will not be, we will not get the result. We will get initially error output. So we need to work on that also. So gradient descent is one of the formula that will be applied over that error data, and then we will rectify the errors. Yes. So this is how the initial data after applying the algorithm will look like. Deep learning algorithm, when we apply it, the initial data set plotted will be changed to this diagram. Yes. this is what this is. In the model of deep learning, we have having encoders and decoders. Yes, we can able to make the data set encoded. Yes, and then we can able to decode it, and then we can get the output. There are several layers, hidden layers. I already explained you in the model diagram. So that is capable of making encoding and decoding. So take an example of a topic modeling. Topic modeling, what is the topic modeling? So we have several, 45 students are here. So 45 students are submitting an assignment. So the task of the deep learning network is to identify the topic of each assignment. How it will identify is that document in a collection is converted to a bag of words, and then that's transformed to a compressed feature, and then using autoencoder, it will perform those things. So the distance between from each and every document vector is measured. So this is a process that will be undergone by the deep learning algorithms to identify a particular topic in the 50 assignments submitted. Yes, so it will convert each document into a bag of words, and many mathematical computations that are needed will be performed, and then the documents will be separated as identified under each topic. Yes. So today we have discussed the deep learning neural network model that is used for classifying data. Yes, hope you all understood the concept. Thank you.